Have you ever been in a position where you're at work and you're the last person to know about a policy change, or you're the last person to be updated on information? Well, you're not alone. It's a huge problem affecting the workforce today. We always want to make sure that we have good communication between our administration and our staff. That is key. If we don't have that, we're going to run into a lot of conflict. So there are three main points as to why we need to have this, and that is correctness. Make sure everybody's doing everything correctly, everybody's doing everything up to code. Policy, we want to make sure everybody is staying up to date on policies, making sure everything is done according to your company's policy. And respect, we want to make sure that everybody feels like they're respected in the workplace. Very important. So my first point is correctness. You always want to make sure everybody in your company is on the same page. You don't want to have somebody over here doing something and somebody over here doing completely different, because it's going to run into a lot of conflict. The reason that this is so important is, when worker A over here says, okay, I'm doing my thing, I'm right. But worker B over here is doing the same thing. They're saying they're doing something different, but they're saying, oh, my way is correct. When they come together, that's going to cause conflict, that can cause anger, leads to a lot of issues. You want to avoid that at all costs. And this can also lead to workers getting in trouble for something. You don't want to get in trouble for something that you didn't even know about. So you want to make sure that everybody's doing everything correctly. According to Glenda Crossling of Science Direct in 2015, communications was one of the main focal points of graduate students, especially in the business and health administration fields. Very important. This brings me to policy. So you always want to make sure that you're up to date on policies. Company policies change drastically, especially with everything going on in the world right now. I work in healthcare. I have probably had at least 3 policy changes a day within the last 2 months. You want to make sure that everybody's staying up to date on those and make sure everybody is on the same page. Because, that can lead to angry customers, angry clients, angry coworkers, anger between staff and administration, especially when you're talking about, something like HIPAA or legal issues. That is huge. You do not want to be caught up in that. Shannon Parker of the American Psychological Association stated that in 2008, nearly half of workplace accidents happened due to poor communication or poor training. So, which training goes along with communication. Especially when you're bringing someone new into your company, you do not want to leave them out or teach them something incorrectly, because that's just going to lead to embarrassment. It can just lead to a lot of issues. You want to make sure, especially your newcomers, that they are staying on top of it. Which brings me to respect. Respect fits in many ways in the workplace. But one of the main ways is communication. If you fail to communicate something very important with an employee, they are going to feel like you have disrespected them, because they can be embarrassed. Something can happen, they didn't know about it, they can be completely embarrassed. And that can lead to anger between the staff and the administration. So you don't want that. You want to avoid that at all costs. In a study done by Thomas WHMG in 2012 with the University of Hong Kong, respect in the workplace leads to a significantly lower turnover rate than that of the average company. Low turnover rates are very important to companies. When somebody is looking for a new job and they see that a place has a high turnover rate, it's going to make them not want to apply. So that's very important to companies. This brings me to my conclusion. Communication in the workplace, it is key, especially between your administration and staff. You've got to have that good communication. It's very important that we're making sure everybody's staying correct, everybody is following the policies, and we want to make sure everybody's feeling respected. Good communication keeps the workplace calm, cool, and collected. Thank you very much.